So, both of them. 2 lines.
That means you're pregnant.
Emily is pregnant again.
Oh, shit.
And based on what Kobe says,
You told me you have this application on your phone. Like, I'm not ovulating right now. You can me.
I have no clue why they are so shocked.
Can't believe this is really happening.
Of course, all this comes after he and Emily promised her dad not to have any more kids under his roof. And now, for good reason, Kobe is terrified.
And I'm just so afraid.
Yet, Emily is feeling some type of way that he's not happy about the situation.
Are you tripping?
Honestly, it kind of hurt my feelings.
Let's talk about it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Before we get into the baby news and I give you a quick update on Bilal and Shaeeda, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of my business, okay? I've been going through a growth spurt lately. Spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It's been a lot. And I'm sure some of you are probably going through the same thing. We're gonna get through this, okay? Anyway, over the weekend, I was feeling a little down and my mom sent me some of your comments, the positive ones. And it really helped me put things into perspective. I'm someone who always wants more and more and more, and reading some of the nice things that you all have said, it just made me realize that I need to stop and be grateful for what I have now. So, thank you for the reminder to stop and smell the roses.
Smells really good.
This was once a dream for me to produce this show and to talk to you all like this, so thank you. All right, enough of me. Shaeeda is out here stressing, her and Bilal. They have about a month left before they have to get married. And during this episode, Shaeeda tells Bilal how she was offended that his ex-wife confronted her about signing the prenup.
I felt as if she came with an agenda to bully me and intimidate me in my own house.
By the way, I saw that a lot of you were not feeling his ex-wife and her approach.
I have to know you're not here for just what he has.
Ronnie took it a step further and said, the real question is, why is he talking to his ex about his current relationship? As Shaeeda says,
Too many hands in the broth is the saying that we say in Trinidad. When too many hands in the broth, it spoils the entire thing.
Bilal agrees that it wasn't his ex-wife's place to bring up the prenup.
I think Shaeeda is making valid points that she feels that certain topics are just for us.
And then he goes on to pull out a hard copy of the contract so Shaeeda can look through it.
Despite how hurt and affected I am, nothing could change your mind.
Why are you so hurt?
Because prenups are never fair.
Never fair?
It's never fair.
How do you
It's
know?
always the more money spouse want to go into a prenup. So far, you're presenting me with what you want to protect, what you have for you.
Those are the things that we have before you.
Shaeeda ends up revealing the deeper reason to why she's against this prenup. And what she said was something I didn't even think about.
This prenup kind of shows me how hard I have to work here.
It's about us building together.
You know what, Bilal? If I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I cannot do that. Because with this prenup, basically, if I'm a stay-at-home mom and something happened to us, worst case scenario, and we don't make it, what's going to happen to me? I have to go back home because I stay home, take care of your children, and I didn't build myself. So just holding this prenup, it shows how hard I have to work in the United States so that I could get something for myself.
You can tell Bilal didn't think about it either. She made a good point. That's not a thought you always want to have in the back of your mind. But also, in my opinion, this just shows how much Bilal isn't thinking about having children with Shaeeda.
You know what, Bilal? If I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I cannot do that.
It doesn't seem as if he's even looked at that as a factor.
We were to split up or divorce, whether it's 1 year, 10 years, or 25 years from now, nothing in the prenup covers me. It says that Bilal remain with what he has, and whatever I accumulate in our marriage, it has to be joint.
Hold up. What?
That's what I read, and I didn't like that because I had something that belongs to me back home.
Yeah, I don't like that either. What she accumulates has to be joint. Clearly, I'm not a lawyer and I am not savvy when it comes to prenups, but that doesn't sound fair to me. If you are familiar with prenups, let me know if that sounds right to you. Bilal goes on to tell Shaeeda that as long as she doesn't cheat on him or divorce him, the prenup will not come into play. I'm sorry, this is not funny, but it's just a lot.
I also know that I have 2 children that I also have to protect as well. And I can't just say, oh, well, let me just have a blind eye at love. Well, that wouldn't be smart. I know this is not the sexiest conversation to have, but I know it's a conversation that is needed. This right here is something that it just says that you won't take me for everything I got. I mean, it's just literally, just see it from that standpoint.
Shaeeda is going to take the time to review the prenup on her own, but she also makes it clear that she's going to ensure her needs are met in the contract.
I'm not going to sign a document that does not give me certain rights in it. Unless he put these things in a prenup to protect me, it will leave me no choice but to go back home to Trinidad.
I know some of you are thinking, girl, go home. A few of you have been saying that. Z, I'm just gonna call you Z, says, quote, I'd sign his prenup, but he'd also have to sign mine. My prenup would read that should said husband become involved in any infidelity, whether actual or attempted, whether said wife finds out at the time of occurrence or after the fact, said husband's prenup immediately becomes null, void, and unenforceable. Hey, Z, I'm not mad at that. When Bilal told Shaeeda that as long as she doesn't cheat on him or divorce him, the prenup will not go to use, my first thought was, what if he cheats on her? She shouldn't have to feel trapped. Now, I'm sure he would say he would never cheat on her. But if you're gonna do this, let's go ahead and cover all the variables so she can have more of a sense of security. And speaking of that, next week, Bilal basically tells Shaeeda that he is not her Prince Charming coming to the rescue.
You love, but you put business first. When I first came here, for me, it was like a storybook love, Cinderella love.
That never exists.
I gave up so much to come here, but I'm prepared to walk away.
The Cinderella stuff, it's not real.
That's a hard pill to swallow. But Bilal was speaking facts. What did I say last week? As kids, they sold us a dream with these fairy tales. Yes, love can be beautiful, but nothing is perfect. Oof, that was supposed to be a quick update. My bad. Let's go ahead and move on to how Emily and Kobe found out she's pregnant after they promised Emily's dad they would not have any more babies while staying under his roof. They already have 2-year-old Coben, plus they aren't financially stable.
Is there something you're not telling me?
At the top of the episode, Emily takes Kobe on a trip with her to the pharmacy because her cycle is late.
No, you can't be pregnant.
Why can't I be pregnant?
And Kobe is freaking out.
I don't know how I'm going to be able to face your family if you're pregnant.
But he also admits he was shooting up the club.
That's more slang.
What did I say when I was like, babe, I'm gonna take my birth control? What did
I
you say?
refused. I gave you a reason why. I've seen women who were on birth control, and when they wanted to conceive, it was very difficult.
How do you know that? They just told you that?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I just said pull out.
Yeah, I pulled out.
They are telling us all their business.
You told me you have this application on your phone. I'm not ovulating right now. You can me.
Wow. Based off how shocked Kobe is, he obviously took Emily at her word. But to be honest, I think deep down, this is something they both wanted maybe. Because, what else would you expect to happen?
Here they are.
You found it?
Yeah. Should have got condoms.
Emily and Kobe go to the bathroom at the pharmacy to take the test because Emily doesn't want to chance someone at the house finding it. And once they come out, they reveal the big news.
Oh, my goodness.
If I could count how many times Kobe says, oh my goodness, that is his thing.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God. So, both of them. 2 lines. Like, I'm seriously pregnant. That's like 2 tests that say positive.
So what are we going to do now? Can't believe this is really happening.
Obviously, we're not going to tell anybody.
Emily tells Kobe that they're going to keep this a secret from her family until after the wedding, which made me nervous for Kobe specifically. Because Emily might feel okay playing these games with her dad. But her dad doesn't know Kobe. Kobe is not his child. There is only so much grace he's gonna give that man.
I don't know how I'm even going to be able to look at her parents, especially her dad. And I'm just so afraid her family is going to see some Cameroonian guy who is just interested in having kids without even securing a bright future for the children and stuff like that.
It gets to a point where it seems like Emily is starting to accept that she's pregnant, but Kobe is still having a hard time taking it in, which gets Emily in her feelings.
I mean, like, what are you even feeling right now?
It's already happened. It's not like something that we can change. It's already happened. We're adults, we're responsible, so...
Okay, but are you happy or not happy? You're not even answering the question.
It's just so heavy right now.
I mean, there's more pressure on me than there is on you because I'm the one who has to make all the money and get us out of the house.
For now.
Oh, dang. I kind of feel bad for Kobe. Although as a 30-plus-year-old man, he should have known what this
Me.
would lead to. You can see in his face how devastated he really is. On top of the pressure to provide for his family, more than likely, he's going to lose the little respect he does have from Emily's dad.
I thought he would be a little bit more excited because he wants kids. And I get it. Clearly not a good time. But I can tell by his tone of voice that he wasn't happy about it. And honestly, it kind of hurt my feelings as it takes 2 to tango, and obviously I didn't make a baby by myself.
See? It sounds like Emily was well aware of what she was getting into. Now, as far as her being upset that he's not happy about it, I think she's just misplacing energy. In my opinion, his reaction to her being pregnant is more of a positive sign. It bothers him that he didn't keep his word to her family, and now he's feeling intense pressure to step up. That's nothing to take lightly. Either way, they were both being reckless, but I'm sure they don't regret it now. If the rumors are true, they have a beautiful baby girl. So, congrats to those two. As you can see, things are heating up for Emily and Kobe. And next week, Kobe is sweating as he goes to get some advice from his friend Temperature. Well, that was kind of corny but cute.
Temperature is like a brother to me.
How do I put it in?
My brother, Emily doesn't want me to tell anybody about the pregnancy. But I need to relieve myself from this load. She's pregnant again.
The way Temperature described Emily was interesting.
How do I put it in?
I can't wait to see how his personality is. I've never encountered someone with the name Temperature. Okay, stop. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.